Hi folks, welcome back. Okay, now it's now getting cold. This morning it was 3 degrees and the old pinkies of doom were getting a little bit frosty. So it's time for my favourite hand warming tool, me bar muffs. So it's ever so easy to fit these. They're just about the simplest hand warming thing what you can use. They fit on as easy as that, and you tie them round and then your hands live in there, and that prevents the wind coming against the back of your gloves, the chill effect, and they are warm as toast. You don't need fancy fangled gadgets like girly heated grips, because they are just too fat, faffing about trying to wire them in. Not interested. Bar muffs, been using these since the early 80s and they are brilliant. Waterproof, fleecy lined, and these came to me for about £10. I think they were £9.99, something like that. Cheap as a bag of chips on a Sunday morning. Excellent. So what I've got to do is yon bar mirror of doom has got to come off, because oops, earthquake, naturellement you can't put that on there with that in the way. So that's why I welded in place earlier my knee mirrors, because they do the task. They do pretty good. You can kind of see a lot of my knee, but you can also see about 50% of the cars behind. So they are good, and they're for this purpose. That's got to come off. So I'm just going to whip that off and stick these on, wire them in, and show you a couple of little watch-its that you mustn't do, and see how it goes. Stick around, stay tuned. Alright, now these bar mirrors were, well, this bar mirror, singular, you remember, this bar mirror, I just put it in line with the rest of the equipment that goes in here, and I used a rule plug, if you remember, and get all this to fit. Maybe it didn't need to be that tight. And there we go. And there we are. So all I need to do with this is take it to bits, take the screw off the end, and then put it back together without the bar mirror. Just take that end off, take all the mirror and its related gubbins off. Don't need that anymore. I won't also need the big screw, because all that is just to get through all that stuff. So I can just go to a short bolt, whack that through there, a washer, and that's purely to keep the end of the bar, to keep the bar weight off the end, so it doesn't jam up on the grip. If that's in too far, that can jam on the rubber. So that goes on there. Let's get that back in. Now they're all prepared now. In case you didn't see these on a previous video, these are rule plugs for your masonry in your house. I got them from their Home Depot, just a 6 or 12mm rule plug. And the reason I use these is because these are the bar weights off of the original Suzuki bars, which are 7/8 with a big internal bore. These Renthals have got a little 12mm internal bore, and you can't get those bar weights into your Renthals. So if you use that, it works a treat. These were just a couple of quid, got them from the Home Depot, B&Q, and they just slip in. Just kind of preload them. It's an expanding rule plug, just the stuff literally that you hold things on the wall of your house with. They work quite well on your bike. Just preload them until they kind of got some resistance like that, and then wind them up. And as you do that up, not too tight, there's no need to strip the thread, they ain't coming out. They absolutely are not coming out. As you saw, trying to get the other ones out, I did them up a bit tight to start with. Right, there we are. Just check that still moves. Obviously there's a little bit of a gap there, If necessary, put a little shim or a washer in, and they will do fine. Right, let's get some bar muffs on. Alright, now bunging these on truly is simplicity itself. All you've got to do literally is whack them on, slide them over the bar, and there's just the switch gear to watch for. So that slides over the end, as far on as you can. The reason to push them right on like that is that here being your switch gear, if you kind of keep your finger there, or there, that's where the switch gear is. If you have them out here, you can see that the switch gear, when you reach inside, you can't get to the switches, so they really have to go quite a long way on and not foul anything. Then literally just do them up nice and tight, keep the drafts out. Same again this side, all the way on, as far as it will go. Plenty of access to the switches, just make sure you can get to your start button, indicators, lights, etc. Just tighten that up, and in for some light. Now, because the openings here are behind the screen, you don't get any draft inside, so if you've got a screen, even better. And then just make a tidy job. There we are. That's about it. One set of bar muffs. Winterisation de la Delboy. Obviously these are not as easy as using no bar muffs. As you can see, the switches are kind of there, and when your hand is in there, it's sometimes with a big glove on. You can only wear kind of medium gloves. You can't wear big thick gloves. You wear medium gloves in there, that's all you need. And if you're really a girl, you could put some heated grips inside, but I've never done that, don't need to. These are more than warm enough. It's -1, -2 in the night time. It's about 3-4 degrees in the morning, so it won't be long before it's proper winter time, and these are going to come in handy. So there we are, one set of bar muffs. Thanks for tuning in and watching Delboy's Garage. See you next time, keep your fingers warm.